How is it going, everyone? It's Calamity here, and I hope you're ready for another collection video, because today we're going to be talking about PlayStation 2 video games. We're going to go in alphabetical order, just like we did for the PlayStation 1. So let's go ahead. Wait, no, we didn't do alphabetical order for the PlayStation 1, did we? My bad. But we're doing alphabetical order for the PlayStation 2. So here's the first game up, Ben 10, Protector of Earth. This is a really fun, just kind of like platformer, beat-em-up style game. You get to play as Ben 10, go on an adventure. You get to play as a bunch of the different aliens. You can swap, to any of the different aliens at any times during the level. And it's pretty fun. I really like that game. Next one, this is a weird one. Picked this one up because it was really cheap. I just thought it was weird. Back in the day, there used to be a lot of like Bible games and stuff. You don't really see these anymore. So I kind of just picked it up for the novelty of it. Will I do a video on this? Maybe one day. But like I said, it's just kind of a weird thing. It's like a bunch of like trivia and stuff from the Bible. Very odd. They used to do a lot of that, and you actually will see another one towards the, actually at the very end of the video. Next up is Crash Nitro Kart. This Crash game is okay. I got this a few years ago. I think actually it's probably like 7 years ago. I got this in Tennessee. But it's a good game. It's just not great. It's not the best kart game that there is. I actually think that the remastered Crash Team Racing is the best Crash racing game, other than Crash Tag Team Racing. Crash of the Titans. This is a game that I rented quite a few times back in the day, so I had to own that again. Here is Crash Tag Team Racing, the best racing game. I was going to say that Crash Team Racing, the remake, is the best one, but then I remembered this one existed, so I was just like, well, no, this one's actually better. I love this game. This is awesome. It's basically like Mario Kart Double Dash, but Crash Bandicoot, and you get to like use, every time you fuse with another character, you get to like be a gunner on the back of the car, and each character has their own unique gun. And in fact, I did a review on this on the channel. It's a fantastic, fantastic video game. Definitely check it out. This is a game I rented quite a few times back in the day, Crash Twinsanity. I'd like to do a video on this eventually as well. You get to be Neo Cortex and also Crash Bandicoot in this one. It was a cool game back in the day. This one I actually just picked up a couple weeks ago. Crazy Frog Arcade Racer. A video for this will be coming out soon. I like this game, but the course design is not very good. And I'll save the rest for the video later on. But it is just like a cool thing to see a Crazy Frog video game. Dave Mirra 2 Freestyle BMX. I loved this Dave Mirra game as a kid, and I actually just picked it up again recently. It's a fantastic game. I love the BMX games. I wish they would make more these days. You don't really see BMX really at all these days. You don't see anything BMX. This one I did not play as a kid, and I didn't even know it was a thing. Chicken Little Ace in Action. I had played the other Chicken Little game, but I hadn't played this one before. And it was cheap, so I went ahead and picked it up. And like I said, all these I plan on talking about on the channel eventually at some point. Stitch Experiment 626. This is a cool one, but it doesn't control very well. The camera isn't very good. It basically is just another like 3D adventure platformer style game, but you get to like use these, his guns and everything, which is kind of cool. But it doesn't control very well. If it controlled better, it would be a way better game. But as it is, it's not great. But again, eventually I'll do a full video on it. Dead or Alive 2. I actually owned this for a while, but I haven't played it yet. But yeah, I mean, I like the Dead or Alive 5. And I think maybe it's just Dead or Alive 5. I've played 3 also. I think 3 was the one that was on the original Xbox. I like those two. This is one I picked up just a few weeks ago. I had never heard of it before. Giant Citizen Kabuto. This is one of those blind buys I just saw. I thought it was really odd, so I went ahead and picked it up. Sometimes I just do that when I see something just odd I hadn't seen before. And I picked this up actually the same day. Goosebumps HorrorLand. I love the One Night at Horrorland book. And there's actually a movie as well that I own that I should watch sometime. I got it like Half Price Books a while ago. But yeah, I found this and I didn't even know this was a thing. So I went ahead and picked it up. And I'm excited to play through it. It looks like just a bunch of like mini games and stuff like that. You see, like, it looks like bumper cars and like a log rolling game, and it looks like shooting vampires and like one of the arcade shooter games. It looks pretty fun, so excited for that. This is another one I picked up a while ago. I haven't played it yet. Harvest Moon Special Edition, A Wonderful Life. I do like the newer Harvest Moon games, and I hadn't really played any of the old ones, so I figured I'd go ahead and try one out. It was actually in a lot of games I got a while ago. This game. I already did a video on the channel for Hot Wheels Stunt Track Challenge. It's a fun game. It's not perfect, but you know what? I have a lot of nostalgia for it, and it's one of those games that every now and then I like to put in and just play. It actually is fun split screen as well. And here's another Hot Wheels game. This one I hadn't played. Hot Wheels World Race. I haven't played this one, so I'm looking forward to playing this one for the channel. I think it should be interesting. All these like Hot Wheels video games I really enjoy. I'm looking forward to the new one that's coming out for the Series X. This one I'm not going to talk about a whole lot because I try to keep my videos family friendly. So let's just say this game would not be made today. It is funny, but it would not be made today. Alright, next up, Jimmy Neutron, Attack of the Twonkies. This used to be my favorite episode of Jimmy Neutron, whenever he goes to the comet and he accidentally brings home the Twonkies. I loved this episode, and I love this video game. This is a really fun video game. It's like you're running around with this like little backpack, and you're capturing the Twonkies. Using different colors and everything, and there's like different ways to distract the Twonkies and stuff. It's a really fun video game, and I really like it. It's one that I've been wanting to play again, and I've been wanting to play this game like soon, so this may pop up on the channel pretty soon. And here's the other Jimmy Neutron game. This one I rented back in the day, and I beat it when I rented it. And it's a fantastic game as well. Both the Jimmy Neutron games are great. This one's pretty light. Yeah, no manual in that one. But yeah, I love the Jimmy Neutron video games. I think I said it in the last video, in the PlayStation 1 video. A lot of the Nickelodeon games are just really, really good. Alrighty. Another BMX game, Matt Hoffman's Pro BMX. I think this one is slightly better than Dave Mirra's BMX. It's not like miles different, but I just like the characters a bit better. I can't say that's more silly because, I mean, the first Dave Mirra's BMX does have Slim Jim Guy, but this one has Bigfoot, and it also has I think it doesn't have Bigfoot. I'm pretty sure this one has Bigfoot, and it has like this like lava dude, and it just has some awesome courses, and like this, there's like a boat that has like a Kraken that you can like you can do a grind on its tentacles, which is pretty cool. Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance. This is probably of all the Mortal Kombat games I've played, this is probably my least favorite one. It doesn't help that Melina's not in this one, and Melina's like my favorite Mortal Kombat character, so you know, that one's just kind of okay. Next up, Neopets, The Darkest Fairy. This game is really, really cool. It reminds me of a Legend of Zelda style game, and it's funny because it's kind of uncommon, if not rare. I don't think that has the, oh yeah, the person put a little card. I like when eBay sellers do this, they put a little card with it. I think that's cool whenever they do like a little green thing, just a nice little extra thing. But yeah, this game is like either uncommon to rare, and it really is, it plays like a Legend of Zelda style game, like one of the 3D ones on the N64. And it really is just, it's a cool game. It's a fun fantasy world. Obviously, it's based off the Neopets. And it's just a really interesting game that nobody talks about. This is one maybe that like I need to do soon on the channel, you know, because it's pretty cool. And even the graphics were actually pretty good for the time. This one I just picked up recently, PacMan World Rally. It's a PacMan racing game, obviously. Have not played it yet. Have not played it before. But I like racing games, even though I'm not great at them, and I wanted to play that one. I'm not great at necessarily any video game, I just like video games. Rocket Power, Beach Bandits. I talked about this one a little bit in my PlayStation 1 video. This game is amazing. Played this a lot as a kid. You get to play as each of the different characters, and each character has like their own, what's the word for it? Like their own wheels. One character has rollerblades, one character has a skateboard, one character has a scooter, and I don't remember what the other character has, but yeah, each character has their own unique skateboard or their own form of transportation that they use, which is pretty cool. And there's different challenges throughout the game. You can do tricks and stuff. It's a fun game, and it's all about basically like the sand on the beach literally gets stolen, and that's basically the entire premise of the game. But it is fun. Rumble Roses. This game I have not played. I know nothing about it, but it looks like it's probably another game that would not be made today. Next up, Rugrats Royal Ransom. This game, I played it not that long ago, and I've actually recorded it. I have some footage for a video of it eventually. I need to play it on my other PlayStation 2, though, because when I recorded it the first time, I recorded it on my PlayStation 2 and its laser was going bad. But luckily I have spare PlayStation 2s because I'm a loser. But I have spare PlayStation 2s, so I need to see if it plays better on my newer ones, because it was skipping around a lot, and I need to make sure that it was the game and not the system itself, because, you know, it could be the game was poorly designed, or it could be my system was going bad. So I need to play it on that system and just double check and see what the difference is. This game I borrowed from my cousin growing up as a kid. This is ScoobyDoo, Night of 100 Frights. I don't remember a whole lot from it. I just remember going through some of the levels and enjoying the game. And I love Scooby-Doo. Who doesn't love Scooby-Doo? Seek and Destroy. Nobody talks about this game either. Fantastic game. You play as tanks, and the tanks like talk to each other. It's kind of weird. But you can upgrade the tanks in all sorts of different crazy ways with different weapons and everything. And it's just a really fun game that, again, no one really talks about, but it's really cool. So, yeah, I really like this one. If you ever get a chance to pick this one up for cheap, definitely do it. And it's not really expensive. It hasn't gone up in price, so it's definitely worth it. This is another one that I picked up recently, and I have not played yet, Shifters. I had never heard of this before, and it looks like some sort of like shape-shifting game. You like play as a character that can shape-shift into different monsters to take down different people. So that's kind of cool. So I picked it up, and I thought it looks interesting. Alright, next up, Shrek Smash and Crash Racing. I did a video for this on the channel already. This is a fun game. It's weird, but it is a fun racing game. And then here's Shrek Super Party, which I have not played, but it looks basically like, I picked it up at the same time as the other Shrek game. It basically looks like it's a Mario Party version of Shrek. Like, I don't know why Shrek had so many video games back in the day, but it has a lot. This one's cool. This one is weird because it's called Soccer Mania, and it's Lego, but like it's not called Lego Soccer Mania. It's just called Soccer Mania. So I had never heard of it before, but it's great. I picked it up and I love it. You can finally see the Lego on the back there, but that's like the only place where it says it on the entire box. But it's a fantastic soccer game. It's basically like an arcade soccer game. There's like power-ups on the field and everything that you can pick up to get scores easier. It's a really cool game, and I want to talk about that one on the channel soon as well, because that one's fantastic. SpongeBob The SquarePants movie. You already talked about this on the channel. Great video game. Love it. And it's fantastic. I think I talked about this on the channel. Maybe I haven't talked about this one on the channel yet. I know I recorded the footage for it. Maybe I haven't actually talked about it on the channel yet. I'm going to have to check. But if not, then there will be a video coming out of this soon, because I played through it again, beat it, and everything, and it's a fantastic. No, I know I did it. Yeah, I uploaded it. Okay, it's up on the channel now that I think about it. Okay. I couldn't remember for a second, but yeah. But this is a great game. Love it. Absolutely love it. Spyro, Enter the Dragonfly. Played this one a lot as a kid as well. A lot of people don't like the PlayStation 2 Spyro games. I actually think they're pretty good. And this one had the return of Ripto in it, which was pretty cool. So I really like this game. I think it's pretty good. Star Wars Battlefront 1, in my opinion, the best out of all the Star Wars Battlefront games. I don't really play this version of it because I have it on the Series X, and I just have the download version. But, you know, I bought this a long time ago, and I've had it forever, so I'm not going to get rid of it now because you never know. Like, will it ever be gone from the Xbox store? Probably not. But, you know, I have a physical backup. Again, here's Star Wars Bounty Hunter. I already talked about this on the channel as well. And I have the PlayStation 5 version. Do I need the PlayStation 2 version now? No, I don't. But this was like, there is some, you know, nostalgia for me with this game as well, because this was, like, the first video game I ever bought with my own money. It was, like, money for, like, Christmas one year. I'd never gotten, like, money for Christmas, and I took it and I bought this game. So there's that. Next up, Star Wars Eraser Revenge. Again, own this on PlayStation 5. Already did a video on it. Great game, but not much else to say about it that hasn't been said in the video already. This is cool. Star Wars Starfighter, but you see how it's all, like, cut up and everything? I was just like, what in the world happened to this case? Someone, like, cut it all up and everything, and it was cheaper because of that, and I was just like, why would someone do that? I think what happened, you see the hole there? I believe this is a review copy. So, some game reviewers back in the day, if they got, like, a video game for free, the company would, like, slash up the case, they would drill a hole on the barcode, that way you couldn't trade the game in. Obviously, it didn't stop people from taking them in anyway, but I believe that's what this is. And I have a couple other games that are like this. Actually, I should have shown it in my PlayStation 1 video. I have a PlayStation 1 game that actually has a hole on the barcode as well. So that's just kind of interesting, and, you know, like, I actually picked it up. I needed the game anyway, and I saw this, and I was just like, that's actually kind of cool to me, so I picked it up. It's possible that, is it possible it's not a review copy? Absolutely. But I do know that they used to do that for review copies, so I'm fairly certain it is. Next up, this game is terrible, but it will have a video eventually. This is the kart racer for Star Wars. Star Wars Super Bomb Bad Racing. It's a terrible, terrible game. I like to play this every now and then just to torture myself, okay? I sometimes take this up to my brother's house and I play it with him just to torture him as well. This is one of those games that it's so bad, it's good, okay? This is a terrible, horrible game. But for some reason, it's kind of fun. So, there's that. Summer Heat Beach Volleyball. I like volleyball games, and honestly, there's not a whole lot of good ones. And honestly, this one's not that good either. So, that's kind of unfortunate. Tak and the Power of Juju. This is, I played a little bit of this one. I used to play the demo all the time as a kid. I never owned it, but I remember going to GameStop all the time, and they had, like, the little kiosk there, and you would play it. I think back in the day it was, it wasn't actually called GameStop. It was called something else. What was it? Was it EB Electronics or something like that? It was something else. But yeah, so got that one, and then I also have that. You know, this you're recording it live. Things happen. Okay. Listen, some things don't go as planned. Okay, it's part of it. You know, just go with the flow. Don't worry about it. We're doing one take. But this is one of its sequels, Tak and the Guardians of Gross. So, I have not played this one yet. Don't really know much about it. We're almost to the end. Got 2 games left. Thrillville. Absolutely love Thrillville. There is a sequel, Off the Rails. In my opinion, not as good as the first Thrillville, but they're both fun. You know, park creation games. You create your own amusement park. You create your own roller coasters. It's just a fun time, and it's one that I highly recommend. And last, I told you we would end on another one of those weird, like, kind of Christian games that came out. This is VeggieTales, if you're familiar with VeggieTales. If you grew up in church whatsoever, you're familiar with VeggieTales, because it was basically like what they would show, like, all the kids. So this was Larry Boy, and I used to love Larry Boy as a kid. And I rented this game once as a kid, and I remembered it, and I went ahead and picked it up. And you know what? It's actually not a terrible game. It's not great, but it's not a terrible game for what it is either. I've played worse. And I do want to talk about it on the channel eventually. Like I said, it's not a terrible game. It's probably one, I would say, like, it's probably one of the better, like, Bible games. I don't know if you'd even call that a Bible game, because yes, it's, you know, the VeggieTales and everything, but it's like, it's Larry Boy, so I don't really know. But yeah. That's going to be it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe button down below. Sorry for the collapsing tower of video games. But, hey, you know, you got to do what you got to do. You got to go on, keep going with the flow. I'll talk to you next video. You have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.